Hi.
Hey.
Wow, that was... All right.
It's my Seth Rogen.
We are obviously recording in a very different location than we usually do.
Yeah.
So, hi, as always, Precarious Pixels. I really can't talk today. I have no idea what's wrong with me. I'm Tim.
Tim is mid-stroke.
I really am.
I'm Bob. His whole face is now drooping on one side.
Oh my god.
And he seems to be complaining about smelling burnt toast.
Left arm. I can't feel my... Oh, that's actually horrible. That's a horrible joke. But,
So it's the drool mark that you're leaving on the counter.
We're recording at a Starbucks.
We are.
We are corporate chills.
It is a Starbucks. In name.
Yes. So we've been talking about some stuff we want to bring to you guys in 2019. Probably a possible book. It's going to be a little bit of time, but our other projects I'm doing some little revamping on, and we'll have those out, and then I will be posting stuff probably on my Instagram of the new book that we're going to be working on, which is kind of our Where's Waldo meets every kind of like
pop
culture thing that we can think of. Just something like fun we want to do, and we think it get published.
Brought to you by Starbucks.
Brought to you by Starbucks. If we were, oh my god, I wish we were sponsored by Starbucks.
Is she a mermaid?
That's Starbuck.
What is Starbuck?
A fantasy mythological creature.
I feel like you're just making that up.
No. Because the first time I heard Starbuck was actually in that...
Pirate thing?
No, not the pirate thing. That...
Buck Rogers.
Almost. It's the Battlestar Galactica. There's a Starbuck in that. Used to be the guy who played Face on the A-Team. He was Starbuck.
Yeah, Hannibal Lecter, of course.
Yes, Hannibal Lecter. Speaking of Hannibal Lecter...
See?
Yeah, that's how that works. We just saw a trailer from Netflix's Polar, which looks amazing. We really want to see it. I know Victor Santos's other graphic novels, besides that one, which is Rashomon. I love that book. They finally had it translated in English. I got it this year. I love it to death. It is beautiful work, kind of like Sin City, Michael, I'm going to say Avon Omeg, the guy who does Powers. He also does Mice Templar. In fact, I think even Victor Santos worked on Mice Templar. And this is his other graphic novel, Polar, which I think there's a couple of these in the series.
Would you say it's the opposite?
Like bipolar?
I was thinking like the polar opposite.
The polar opposite? That's good too.
Of the other.
Yeah.
Probably not though. Now everybody's uncomfortable.
No, everybody loves it. Yeah, this series is, I hope, going to be successful for Netflix.
Oh, it's a series?
Yeah.
I thought it was a movie.
It is a movie, but I think he did 3 books or 2 books.
It's like Red.
Yes. I think, yeah, Red had two books in it. I don't know.
It had 2 movies?
Actually, I don't think it only had 1 book, I'm pretty sure. They made a second movie.
A great second movie. They're great. They're great. Yeah. I'm glad we agree.
Yes, we totally agree. Not really.
See, they agree.
But Polar looks really good. Mads Mikkelsen looks amazing. It's about a retired assassin who basically the company he used to work for wants the $8 million he retired with to come back to them, so they're going to try to kill him, which doesn't go well, I imagine, for them. And
you say he's retired and extremely dangerous?
Yes. Yes, it is. It is kind of like the premise of Red a little bit. But I'm pretty sure they take his neighbor, who's played by Vanessa Hudgens. So, yeah, don't take his neighbor.
Yeah, he'll get upset. It would be like killing his dog.
Oh my god. It's funny enough, I think these books came out before that, so...
Yeah, but John Wick was a premise 73 years ago.
Oh my god.
Google it.
Really? No, I was saying.
Look up John Wick 73 years ago.
It would be amazing if that was true.
It's the third result on the list.
No, it's not. On Google? So if I Google that right now?
John Wick 73 years ago. And then just click the third thing, and whatever that takes you to, that's fact.
No.
I mean, it could be.
It could be. I'm sure.
Hey,
probably
Google.
Yeah, well, I'll hey Google you in the face. So, looks really good. Comes out later this month. When we watch it, of course, we'll give a review on it. We recently saw, finally, both of us, BirdBox. We did.
I can finally talk about it.
Yes. It had good moments to it, and I like the premise behind it. But the execution of it was not my favorite. There was some plot holes, some stuff that was just like, why didn't they just make this a linear timeline? Like we talked about a little bit beforehand.
The fact that the movie has like no surprises at all.
Yeah, it has
not linear.
And they used jump scare a little bit more than they should. Like, I don't know. There's some stuff I didn't like about that.
You know what it is? I think I got this. BirdBox.
Yes.
Is the way it's set up. Is the cinematic equivalent of interviewing.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with me.
Okay.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Why?
20 minutes after the shot.
Oh, okay.
So you get like, you start out, they're interviewing him, and then it's just the lead up to like you're gonna follow the president around for a few days.
Okay.
And then that's the rest of the movie, and then you're like, wait a minute, but I already know he shot the president.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah, there is kind of like
everybody that you know in the movie is gonna die because you already know that there's 3 people left.
Right. It does kind of kill that aspect of it. It doesn't give you a reason to care about any of the other characters other than Sandra Bullock, which I don't know. That seems.
I didn't really care about her.
Yes, I know.
I cared more about her sister.
Yes, I like the
truck jelly.
Truck jelly. Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or was it a bus?
I forget.
Bus jelly.
No.
I remember there being a splatter and thinking that's excessive.
I think it was a garbage truck.
Oh, even worse.
I think. I don't know. Now I kind of it's kind of a morbid thing to rewatch, but sure.
Play it back.
Oh, spoilers alert for the beginning of the movie, but
yeah, her sister becomes street pizza 5 minutes into the film.
Yeah, there's some, and the whole thing. It doesn't. I don't know. It just seems like the creatures, they didn't develop them as well as they should. They had no rules. The whole, I don't like the way it portrays. I can't talk. Mental illness. I really didn't like that. I thought that was kind of like, that is such a cop-out. That is not how mental illness works. It does not give you, like, I can look at things and it doesn't affect me. It's just like you have slightly different brain chemistry that you take maybe some sort of pills for. It's really rude. I really didn't like that about it.
How about this?
What?
How about the fact that The Happening had better rules?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And the whole movie is about finding out what happens, and they find out.
Yeah, and it doesn't show you the end at the beginning.
No.
No.
Mark's like, I'm going to film, I don't know, whatever he did next, Transformers. I don't know what he did.
Oh,
Max Payne.
By the way, how was Bumblebee?
Good.
Okay.
A lot better than Birdcage.
I like the Birdcage.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Nathan
Bird
Lane.
on a Wire. That's it.
Bird on a Wire? Oh, that's
Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn, maybe?
No, Kurt Russell, I think, and Goldie Hawn. Because I think that's where they maybe got married.
I thought that was Overboard.
Well, maybe it was Overboard that they first.
Conversation's going overboard. People have no idea what we're talking about. Everybody's gonna be like, Anna Faris isn't that?
Yeah, exactly. And
it's true.
It is true. Like, she did the remake. Yeah.
I don't think it's a reboot because I don't think they're gonna make.
Well, they changed the premise where it's like, it's kind of like she's playing Kurt Russell's role and the guy's playing Goldie Hawn's role.
Okay.
Right. I get that right? Yeah. Sure.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. They really don't. So, BirdBox, I would watch it once and it's good. It apparently has sparked a whole social media campaigns, like tons of stuff.
Oh, you mean like people driving their cars with blindfolds on?
Yeah, which I can't believe that. I think that's just made up BS. But
well, it's the BirdBox challenge, Tim.
I know.
And people are stupid.
Yes, I saw the one where the guy like basically bumped his kids into like a wall and like all that stuff.
Good.
So bad.
Like they need to. If you're dumb enough to drive a car with a blindfold on,
yes,
you're dumb enough to get that Darwin Award.
Yes.
Just work on it. Because then we don't need Thanos.
Oh my god. We don't need the snap.
We don't need Bill Burr out on the water with his submarine sinking cruise ships.
No, we need that.
Have you ever seen that bit?
I have seen it. It's really good. Because, they're having the time of their life. For the last, part of their life.
Yeah. Just sinking random cruise ships.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think it was random. I thought the whole thing was behind it was it's like everybody, it's like there's a lottery, and if you get picked for the cruise, that's what happens or something.
Maybe. I feel like, I don't know.
I forget if that's what, how he goes with that premise or not. I haven't seen that one in a while. I like that one, though.
Funny cat.
He is a good guy.
He's also human.
Yes. So, BirdBox, if you want to watch it, not the worst movie I've ever seen, but not the best.
Well, there's a better horror movie coming to DVD this week anyway.
Oh, yeah?
Halloween.
Yes. And we've talked about Halloween.
We have.
I have not seen it yet.
I know. I'm not going to spoil it.
Oh, I will watch it. I will watch it multiple times because it sounds amazing.
I'm rewatching the Chucky movies based on the fact that they're making a new one.
Nice. And we know that what's her name from Parks and Rec is going to be in it. Audrey Plaza, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
What? No.
I have a problem with that.
Okay.
I have a problem. She's great.
I like Audrey Plaza.
In the roles that she plays.
Okay.
She's not played Catherine Hicks.
Oh, okay.
That's not her at all. It's the opposite of her. It's more likely Aubrey Plaza would make a better... I bear in mind, I just rewatched the first one in the last week.
Okay.
But her friend at work.
Okay.
The main character works in a department store, and she's got this kid, and her husband had died, but she's not. I don't know how to describe Aubrey Plaza aside from nonplussed at everything.
Have you been watching Legion?
Yeah, but it's the same. She's a sarcastic jerk.
No. You haven't watched the rest of Legion, have you? No. It's there is that part of her character, but she plays more than one character.
But I don't think we're gonna get that.
She's really good. There's some stuff. Go on YouTube, watch the dance sequence from Legion. So good.
I think we're gonna end up with Ben Stein playing the mother.
No. That will never happen.
That's what she reminds me of. She reminds me of a younger Ben Stein.
You mean that
yes, monotone.
Monotone.
I don't care about anything.
Okay.
Bueller.
Right.
That I don't know. I don't see her in the role of scared victim of murderous doll.
I think she could pull it off. We'll see. Honestly, we might be saying this now. She could be getting an Oscar for it tomorrow.
Are there batteries in there? There's no batteries in there. Oh, jeez. My
she
son's
is an actress.
Not crazy.
She is an actress. She does have range.
She's a comedian.
She is, but she's also an actress too. She's got some range. I've seen her in other roles and I've liked them.
I liked her in that one, somebody goes to Hollywood or wherever it was. I forget the name of it. It came out a few years ago.
Okay.
Trust me. but she's still that.
All right.
I don't know. And I also saw the other movies that particular guy is producing.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say I'm not ecstatic for trying to recreate these things.
Which one?
Beetlejuice 2.
Oh.
And Gremlins 3.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like he went from 0 to 11. They gave him it. He was like, he made a success out of it, and then they said, okay.
Well, he's doing the second It.
He is doing the second It, but at the same time, he's doing a remake of Child's Play and Beetlejuice 2 and Gremlins 3.
Well,
those are working titles. Now they might be reboots.
That would be with Beetlejuice. Is that Beetlejuice goes Hawaiian? That
I don't think they're going to stick with that anymore.
Okay,
now
but I mean,
because are they going to get the main characters back? They can't get Alec Baldwin back. How are they going to explain a fatter, older ghost?
Well, no. I think those characters are kind of like their story is done. Beetlejuice could be...
You think he's just going to hang out with Lydia Dietz again?
Well, no. Well, I mean, that's what the cartoon was. I remember that was always kind of interesting. And it was like more of an exploration of the ghost world, less about the real world stuff. But, which I always loved that cartoon. I thought they did an amazing job with that. And Beetlejuice was kind of like her friend.
Yeah.
And they kind of changed that thing about it.
They were still kind of friendly in the movie. For a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
For like half of it.
Yeah, and then...
Well, just to try and make Beetlejuice, which is, in essence, a horror comedy, into a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's
weird.
weird.
It was the same thing with Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
It was a weird 90s thing.
Yeah, they did it with The Mask.
Well, The Mask was at least PG-13.
Right.
And he was kind of a superhero comic to begin with.
Yeah.
But not Ace Ventura.
Yeah. Well, I think they were just trying to capitalize on anything Jim Carrey was, like, in.
Fire Marshal Bill would have been a better cartoon.
Oh my god. I'm surprised they never haven't tried to do a movie about that.
In Living Color, I think was one of those series that avoided that completely. Whereas like SNL,
yeah, SNL they tried
Wayne's
to do.
World, Coneheads, Night at the Roxbury,
right?
And then you had In Living Color, who had all these iconic characters.
They did.
The Clown, Men on Film, Fire Marshal Bill. They had whatever Jim Carrey's security guard was.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And then they had like the boxers, like, Sugar Ray Leonard and Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Like they never even attempted. I don't think. Closest would have been Blank Man.
Well, that wasn't. I don't think
it wasn't Handyman because they couldn't make Handyman.
Really?
Well, do you remember who Handyman was?
Oh yeah.
That's not something they could do again.
Nope. No.
I don't know how they got away with even that.
I don't know. I like that show a lot, though.
Yeah, it was boundary pushing.
Yes.
Say that.
That's where J-Lo got her start.
It is where J-Lo got her start. It's where most of the Wayans got really big.
Mm-hmm.
Even SW1. That was his DJ name.
Really?
You remember that when Sean Wayans was the DJ on In Living Color, he was DJ SW1.
Really?
Yeah. It's a true
so
story.
Weird. I don't remember that part of it.
Jamie Foxx got his start.
I remember that.
Jim Carrey got big based off of that.
Yeah.
I mean, he was doing stand-up, but you look at, oh my gosh. What's his name? He played like a million characters on In Living Color. He was in Jumanji. David Allen Greer.
He's amazing.
He was great. Tommy Davidson, also amazing.
Oh yeah.
He was the guy who always played Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Alright, we're getting off topic.
Yeah, In Living Color. Watch it and then don't be offended because it was 20-something years ago.
It was the 90s.
It was 25 years ago, I think.
25 at least.
I want to say like 90 to 94.
Yeah. But, in other news, more recent, so we just found out that there's a big investigation going on between Activision. This whole thing I read was Bungie leaves Activision and they took Destiny with them, basically. But Bob has informed me that it goes a lot deeper than that. Activision is being investigated for fraud.
Yeah, by its shareholders, which is never a good thing.
Never a good thing.
And this is just a reminder for you guys that might not remember. I think we talked about it about a year ago. Mm-hmm. Activision are the guys that were researching a way. What was it? They had a plan that if you were playing games online,
yes,
you would be matched with people that had microtransaction loot box items that you might not have and might think, oh, I want that. And it was like this specific formula that they wanted to use, that if you were playing a game you would see that more, and then you would think, oh, that's
right.
good for me too.
Right.
That's not that they'd ever be involved in anything shady or like...
Yeah. So...
Activision.
They've tried so many things to just get more money out of people.
Hey, you know what works? Make a good game.
Yeah, that really works. But they don't want to do that. They want to just take things that are successful, beat them to death, and then when they're used up, just kind of like dissolve their studio and make them make assets for Call of Duties.
You mean like 15 Guitar Hero games in like 10 years?
So ridiculous. It was so stupid.
I don't think it was 15, but it was close.
It was pretty close to that.
There were a lot.
Yeah. They didn't own Rock Band, right?
That was
Neversoft. No.
It was Harmonix.
That's right.
And then it was EA Harmonix, and then it was Harmonix.
Right.
Like EA gave it back.
Right.
I want to say they published 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Or Beatles. I forget if they did Beatles.
They might have. Guitar Hero had Van Halen and Metallica.
They did.
And Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Which was great in like 2008.
Yeah.
Van Halen.
Yes, I have no idea. I think they were just trying to get as many like rock and roll classic metal thing. I don't know.
And Green Day had Rock Band and the Beatles. Like, the Rock Band had Green Day and the Beatles.
Right.
Which is probably a better get, just coming off of American Idiot.
Who had AC/DC?
That was a track pack for Rock Band.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't its own, like, game.
Right.
That was EA making money, like $20 for DLC.
Yeah. And I remember, I think AC/DC made a song for Rock Band. I remember it being in the commercials, too.
Probably.
Yeah.
But nobody wanted to hear that because they wanted to sing "You Shook Me All Night Long."
Yeah. Exactly.
And, Big Gun.
Yeah. So, alright, sorry, we got way off topic. But getting back to Activision and what their practices have wrought, this is kind of like karma in a big way. They are being investigated for fraud. Obviously that.
They lost one of their 3 major titles that's going.
Yes. Bungie is gone. They're taking Destiny and heading for the hills, basically because they don't want to be part of this investigation. Who gave himself $12 million?
Oh, that's a different company.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
So, also,
yes.
At the same time, because that came out yesterday, and
right.
The other thing came out yesterday. Randy Pitchford.
That's right. I'm sorry.
You might know as like an amazing executive who never does anything shady.
Right.
Aliens, Colonial Marines.
Yes.
Like he's a special kind of
scumbag.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he's also talented.
Okay.
Except for Duke Nukem Forever, which was another Randy Pitchford.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Kind of asset flippy.
Yeah.
But he also brought us Borderlands, so I mean,
yeah, that's true.
It's cool in some regards. He sued his lawyer, the company's lawyer, the GearBox Studios. We'll say is his company.
Okay.
They sued their lawyer, something Calendar. I want to say Mark Calendar.
Okay.
For misappropriation of funds.
Right.
Including money that he owed apparently for a home loan, schooling, and my personal favorite.
Yes.
Trying to develop a 6-pack.
Which
not a beer.
Was it like he paid a trainer?
I don't know if he paid a trainer. If it was like I hope, Tim, that it was like a 10 video cassette box set.
That would be amazing. Like a DVD series.
No, I want it to be VHS.
Oh, you want it to be VHS tapes? I would love to see that. Like, and the fact that that's now going to be in a court case is just too good.
So apparently he fired the guy from the studio
right.
for this, and then he also sued him for the money back.
Okay.
And then this guy puts out a lawsuit yesterday.
Okay.
And says that, hey, Randy Pitchford paid himself $12 million bonus that was unwarranted, which is crazy because when you think about it, I don't think GearBox has published a title of their own development in some time. Like, their last major title would have been Borderlands the pre-sequel. They have published other things, like they published...
There's like a new VR game, right, they did for Borderlands.
Well, no.
Oh.
You could call it a VR game. What I would call it is a VR skin on Borderlands 2, because that's what it is.
Okay. I guess I thought that was like, because they've been advertising that like crazy.
It's VR version of the game.
Right.
But it's no different than Skyrim and Doom.
Oh.
Whereas, it is just a reskin where you're looking and you're in VR now, but it's the same game.
Right.
Whatever. Like, that's a thing. Mm-hmm. And I guess technically they did do that. But while he did that, he paid himself a $12 million bonus. And I assume it wasn't for Bulletstorm.
Oh, man. I had forgotten about Bulletstorm. Which he decided
was not the original, because he didn't make the original.
Oh.
I know what you're thinking. Bulletstorm was a decent game.
Yeah.
The remaster, which nobody asked for, shouldn't have been $60. So at the same time, the 360 copies were in stores not selling at $2.99.
Yes.
Trust me, I know. The Xbox One and PS4 remasters came out at $60.
Right.
And guess what? If you pre-ordered, you could get it for $50, and you could play as Duke Nukem, which really meant you could hear Duke Nukem's voice in your main character instead of your like normal voice. That's it, because you don't see. Well, maybe you see him in cutscenes.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like, it's a first-person shooter.
Yeah, it really doesn't make sense.
But
so,
I mean,
so you just hear
for a game that
Hail to the King over and over again.
Yeah,
and
it's like...
I can't even think of the other
None
phrases.
of them are family-friendly.
Yeah. But that is crazy. So then the other part of that is... there's a flash drive.
Yeah, so he also, the lawyer, because I guess he was a little upset with the fact that Randy Pitchford talked about his six-pack.
I can't believe that's a thing that was like part of this.
It is the most frat boy lawsuit. That's what
I was saying to
Tim earlier. It looks like, and they were buddies. Like, so 2 years ago they were hanging out, like camping and fishing together.
It's not just
so it's like a friendship falling out.
Oh, I thought it was just. So
but it's like this is like public.
This is like their divorce in a weird way.
It is.
I thought it was just like his lawyer, which like he'd been working with or whatever. I didn't know it was like a friend that he had. Who was also a lawyer.
It's a friend who's a lawyer, because think about it. He helped pay for a friend who's a lawyer law school.
Oh, get out of here!
Out of GearBox's money, like, and his home loan, and his six-pack.
It's why is six? It doesn't.
It's so funny.
It's just so weird to me because I'm just like, how is that even like something that's that expensive? Like
VHS tapes are expensive to produce in 2019.
Rent them from the library. It is no expense.
Do you think Randy Pitchford has ever heard of a library? Have you ever listened to him be interviewed or watched any of his stuff?
No.
He's an interesting guy, Tim.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's like Cliffy B untamed.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But Cliffy B is kind of out there on his own. Now he is a guy I've seen a lot of.
He's a guy who'll get a tattoo when they announce a game. But Randy Pitchford is a special kind of liar.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yes.
I don't want to get us sued for our six-pack abs. Anyway, so the other thing is, apparently, during a routine trip to medieval times,
which is another thing I'm just like, really?
That I guess was a business meeting. I don't know. Randy Pitchford decided that he had this flash drive that he brought with him, and I don't know if they were working there. Like, who? Do you have a work lunch at medieval times? You can't, right?
I mean, alright. So you give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure that there are team building exercises and stuff that maybe you took your team out to lunch.
And you brought your laptop and your work.
No, I can't. I have no excuse. I have no idea.
So anyway, during a routine trip to medieval times, for some reason,
for no reason,
I assume he was doing research for futuristic first-person shooter Borderlands, or futuristic first-person shooter Bulletstorm, or futuristic first-person shooter Duke Nukem Forever,
or maybe some weird medieval times game.
Technically, Aliens Colonial Marines is not a futuristic first-person shooter.
Why?
No, it is. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, what are you talking
because
about?
There's no reason. He's never done anything with a knight.
There are no knights in it.
There's no knights.
If there was a random, like, medieval times knight person there, or just, like, some squire, like, I have no idea. I have no idea why.
Well, just your average day trip in 2012.
So
during office hours, he left a flash drive behind, and on that flash drive was information about GearBox associations with I want to say it was Warner Brothers. I know it was 2K, and somebody else. It was a third studio.
Was it Sega?
Sega, of course.
Sega,
yeah, because
okay.
Aliens.
Right. Oh, so stupid.
Yeah. Got left behind also on that video.
Yes.
Adult content.
Yes.
Which for some reason he decided needed to be on a work flash drive.
Which I'm just like, why?
Yeah. And the guy who worked there found it, and then that was the whole thing. And then Randy Pitchford paid him off in like video game merch and games.
Yes, because he was a minor. And,
yeah, apparently.
And also, why would you ever look at a flash drive?
I just picked it up off the
I just don't
Maybe
get that.
Maybe he saw legend among men, Randy Pitchford, and he
That's
saw
true.
the guy with him, and he said, I wonder how I get those six-pack abs. I could never have this working at medieval times.
That's true.
What with all the eating with your hands?
That's right. I am just a lowly busboy trying to earn up to be a squire on the main floor.
Like saving up to be a wench.
They only let me brush the horses, but if I had six-pack abs, maybe I could be a knight.
Like chicken grease all over this.
Oh my god! I'm just like, and I'm sorry, I just don't know why. Like, this is like it's the weirdest thing because I'm just like, how do these people run companies?
You gotta understand. These are literally people that want to never grow up.
I get that they have the Peter Pans.
Yeah.
They're Peter Pans, but
they're Peter Pans with money to waste. Like, and then they want more. So what do? They give themselves a $12 million bonus for the sales of Bulletstorm.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it just makes me so angry that they do this on the backs of their fan base. And it's just so dirty. It's just like, why can't you just realize that the only reason you have jobs is because of the people that are your fans? Like, if they're not behind you, it's just, there's so many things that make me angry about it. It's just, I can't get over it. And just how ridiculous it is. I hope that they ends up with, like, no money and working at, like, I don't know, car wash. Not that anything wrong with working at a car wash.
Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, resting easy at a 7.1 out of 10 on Metacritic.
Oh my god.
Right above an ad for Future Man.
Future Man. I haven't seen it yet.
Yep.
Oh, it looks like a terrible 80s movie.
I mean, that's what they were going for.
I know what they were going for, but I don't think the original one had quite that to it, did it?
It's the same game.
Yeah.
There's nothing better about it. They literally pulled off. All right. Let me tell you a little bit about Bulletstorm. I'll make it quick.
Okay.
All right. So, Epic Games is making this great series. It's called Gears of War. Cliffy B.
Yes.
is making it, and people are loving it because it's exactly what they want. It's over-the-top, ridiculous nonsense.
But has a good story behind it.
It does. It has a really good story. Like,
yes.
Cliffy B is not all lunatic.
Yeah.
I actually like him. It's a shame he's not making games anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
But Randy Pitchford still is. So, anyway, they pull this other studio, this smaller studio called People Can Fly.
Yes, and it was a pretty good studio.
They're okay. They make Bulletstorm.
Right.
And then Epic Games says to them, wow, that was a thing you did. Tell you what. And I think Epic Games published it originally. So, like, the big thing was Cliffy B going out there. He was like, kill with skill.
Oh, like, I remember that.
That was the big thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, it was basically a concept that had never been done before. And, like The Club or Stranglehold or Wet or any other games that were exactly like this.
Yes.
And he was like, alright, well, I'm leaving Gears. And Epic Games is like, what?
Right.
Wait, what? He's like, yeah, I'm going to form my own studio and we'll make this thing. I mean, whatever, we'll just make a hero shooter. I mean, that'll be a good thing to do when we know Overwatch is being made and some other stuff. So anyway, so they put them on Gears of War and they make a thing called Judgment.
Right.
Which people that like Gears of War like to pretend doesn't exist. Because what do you do with your series, right? Imagine you have all these great characters.
Yes.
So, for you, Justice League.
Yeah.
Actually, no, Justice League is too cool.
Alright, Avengers.
Cool. Who's the coolest character in Avengers?
Well, my favorite, of course, I'm going to say Thor.
Cool. Thor?
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a whole movie about Stellan Skarsgård. From Thor.
Yes.
The Doctor.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, but can you imagine? That's what they did. No. They were like, hey, cool, we got all these great characters. We got Marcus Phoenix, we got Dominic Santiago, we got the Coltrane.
Right.
And we got Baird.
Right.
Let's make a game about Baird.
Right.
Ugh. Baird sucks. Baird's the worst.
Somebody loves Baird out there.
Nobody loves Baird. That's the reason Judgment didn't sell.
I know.
I mean, that plus the fact that it had mini games built into wall posters that you looked up.
Yeah.
Like skill-based games. What is happening?
We talked about this before, and it really is kind of like they kind of dropped the ball on it.
They did. It's not their fault. I mean, these were probably all things that the higher-ups were saying, you need mini games.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Coalition goes out and they remade Gears 1. Amazing.
Yeah.
And they do Gears 4, which was solid, and now they're making 5.
Right. In fact, I heard, what's his name, who plays the main guy, Marcus.
Well, he was the main guy.
Well, yeah. But I think it's one of the main actors had
Bender.
to... Yes. Had to... I don't know if he had to leave, or he had to, like, take several days off, because, like, his voice was just, like... it felt like he was, like, being ripped out or whatever, because I guess he has to do a very low register for that.
Yeah, he's very, very deep voice for those.
Yeah.
It's not just like random bad guy in Arkham City,
right.
Which he also plays.
Oh, he does a million voices.
He does.
He's an amazing actor.
I'm blanking on his name right now.
John DiMaggio?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. He's also, if you ever see Batman Brave and the Bold, he plays Aquaman, which is amazing. Seriously, it is like, I like Batman Brave and the Bold because it was like a fun kind of Adam Westy kind of like Batman, but his version of Aquaman is so funny and just so over the top charismatic, and like it's basically like if Bender was like the king of the seven seas and just over the top, just lying his way into just everything. It was great.
He also plays the dog on Adventure Time.
He does. I can't remember the dog's name right now. Jake. It is Jake. No, Finn is the kid.
There you go.
Jake is the dog.
I just know those are their names.
Yeah.
It was either that or like Princess Bubblegum.
No, well, if John DiMaggio plays Princess Bubblegum, that's an amazing feat in itself, but I don't think it's him.
He might.
No, it's not.
Google it.
I will.
It's the third item on the list.
Third item on the list. Is it the third item on every list?
Yes.
I see. All right, but quickly, just wrapping this up. Apparently, people who are making a lot of money aren't happy with just making a lot of money.
They're not making all the money. It's every business ever. If you're not making all the money, you're doing something wrong, apparently.
And honestly, I find I'm loving indie studios even more now, because now the tools are easier to use and they can do stuff on their own, and they have a direct market. They don't have to actually be in stores.
Like Human Nature Studios, the guys who make Toe Jam and Earl, coming
Yes.
out in March.
Yes.
I should be getting my code tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But it doesn't go live till March.
So okay.
It'll be like a preload, but I kickstarted that, so you will be the first to know how the new Toe Jam and Earl is.
I can't wait. I loved that game when I was younger. I remember playing that at my friend's Sega Genesis like over and over again.
Yeah, because it was like one of the first procedurally generated games.
Yeah.
It's random.
It was random, right?
Yeah.
So good.
It's a roguelike, they call that now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Roguelike is where you die, you lose everything, you gotta start over, and everything's randomly generated again.
Right, so you can't just go back to the way you went. Yeah. No, I think that's brilliant. But did you want to add anything more to this weird investigation that they're doing?
No, it's just funny. It is the most frat boy breakup of all frat boy breakups.
And just like the whole like the family vacation stuff, that apparently he ripped off and stuff. It's just like it's such a weird, stupid thing. It's stupid Watergate. No, it's not stupid Watergate. That's bad.
No, it's like that's too intelligent.
I know. This is just, I don't know.
It's frat boy gate.
It really is. It's sad. It makes me sad. I'm just like, how do these people make this stuff? Run studios and like are just ridiculous.
Think about the fact that hundreds of people rely on them for jobs.
I know, and that's what's even sadder.
And then your boss is going out to medieval times in the middle of the day. You're working 60-hour weeks trying to get that copy of Bulletstorm to work in VR.
And why use a flash drive? You have a phone, sir.
Well, no, this was 2012. That's the thing. He's scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like,
oh,
the lawyer
really?
is just like Pitchford with his.
But even 2012.
His
phones.
His Super 8 tapes.
If it was I really hope it's a VHS tape. I really do.
I hope it's a series by Richard Simmons.
Oh, that would be even better.
Dancing to the Abs. That's what it's called.
Honestly, Richard Simmons would never be associated with people like this.
That's true.
He's too classy.
Richard Simmons.
He is, sir.
The guy who's never worn long pants.
And never should.
Is he still alive? He's not dead yet.
Hey, he's alive. He's great.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's like an athletic Bob Ross.
He is. Alright, so wrapping this up. Next week we'll have a ton of stuff to talk about, hopefully. I hope this investigation goes on even longer. They start just digging up each other's I don't even know where this is gonna go, but just anything like, hey, I lent you money, or hey this, hey that kind of thing.
It could be like, he verbally insulted me on MySpace.
If it goes back to MySpace, that would be even better.
It could happen.
It might. That's the thing. It might actually go that far. So, as always, you can find us on Instagram. I'm at Tim Martinek, and Bob is
at Bob J Martin MARTON.
On Instagram. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, and YouTube. And as always, keep designing, making stuff. We're going to have some stuff hopefully coming out in 2019 that we'll be able to show you guys. I'm Tim, Precarious Pixels, and I'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye. To do a little redesigning with us, you can find Bob at Martin, MARTON _BOB, on Twitter. And you can find me on Instagram at Tim Martinek, all one word, TIMMARTINEC. And you can join in us, have some fun, do your redesigns for this week's redesign.
It's a lot of fun for us to do this, but we like to see fresh ideas and fresh artists like doing what they do as well. You can also hashtag it Precarious Pixels and we'll find it as well.